basically because we were looking for a platform where we could share our pain and look for answers to our questions. As at that time, we couldn't find, then we decided to put together what we have today, which is a community of church media professionals from around Nigeria and across the world. So what we currently have, it's a WhatsApp community that is divided into two groups that has about 1,500 members with representation from about 300 churches. So if you understand what I meant, it's 1,500 members from 300 churches across Nigeria. We have members in Nigeria, we have members in the Caribbean, we have members in America, we have members in the UK. And we, over the years, the 2 years or three now, we have seen a lot of traction, a lot of development, and a lot of growth in the church media space based on the work that we have been doing. And we have not done this work by ourselves. You know, definitely God has been helping us. And we have also had help from other professionals in the industry. And the tools we use to get this work done, apart from the community, is this bi-weekly forum, which we are holding today, where we bring in guests, industry guests, people that have proven their mettle in the industry, people that have track record, people that we can look up to and be mentored by. We bring them in to have this. Okay, someone is. Okay. I need someone to be on those mics. I need you to mute those mics quickly for me, because they will be distracting. Okay, so basically, what we are doing today is bringing an industry guest to share with us on a particular topic. We've done this back to back. I think we've done about a score of this, about 20 of them. And today we know that God is going to use our guests to speak to us and to enlighten us and to show us how to propagate the gospel even further using the tool of media. All right, guys, without further ado, let me bring to our before us our guest for today. Okay, her bio is loading. Some of us know her personally, while some of us are meeting her for the first time today. Brother Dura. Okay, if that is going to take some time, let me see. I could just bring it up another way. Are you good now, Brother Dura?
Oh yes, it's loading.
Good. Okay, I don't want us to waste any time, any of our time. So let me quickly read from here. Okay, good. Thank
we
you.
have it.
Excellent. Thank you so much, brother. Our Lady Ayodotun Akifenwa is a multi-talented leader in the fields of branding, marketing, and communications, with a robust 16-year career dedicated to transforming brands into magnetic and profitable entities. Just look at that, beautifully written. She brings a wealth of experience from her work with international brands in West Africa, focusing on compelling brand storytelling that drives results. Currently serving as the global head of communications at the Elevation Church. The Elevation Church, Nigeria. I'm thinking with time she will go to the Elevation Church in America. All right. She leads the global communication strategy, ensuring brand alignment and marketing effectiveness. In 2016, she founded Lifestyle Hughes Brand Consulting, where she serves as the CEO and lead strategist. Her firm specializes in strategic branding, creative communication, and content. She has led successful campaigns for notable clients, including Corona Schools, Trust Council, and you can read the others there. Those are our clients. Our team delivers comprehensive brand services from identity creation, marketing strategies, to art design, social media management, PR campaigns, business profiles, art direction, and multimedia content production. She's a dedicated corporate trainer. We're benefiting from that tonight. She conducts extensive training sessions and workshops for business owners and corporate staff. Her training covers marketing, brand strategy, and social media slash business content creation. She has launched numerous webinars, online courses. Please, will be sharing her handle in the comment section. You could do well to follow her so that you don't miss out on all of these things I'm mentioning, and live workshops, earning her recognition at the branding, content, and Canva, and as Canva Queen. Yeah, that's sad. She's Canva Queen. As a certified Canva creative, she specializes in teaching advanced business application of Canva beyond design. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please make welcome tonight our special guest, our industry guest, our Canva Queen and industry leader, Lady Ayodotun. I don't have clappers. I would have done it. You're welcome, ma'am. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's an honor to be invited at any point or in any forum to speak about any subjects, especially my favorite subject. So thank you.
Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. I said at the beginning that I was going to ask you, how did you get into this field, this line that you are in? Okay. We see you. We see you. Beautiful background. That's Canva background. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay. How did you get into this line?
I don't know. I've always been interested in colorful stuff, you know. So as a teenager, I would be watching TV and be wondering, who are these people that put together these interesting stories and, you know, compress them into 1 minute, you know, ads that we see, and who are those people that design all those outdoors that we, you know, we drive past or that we walk past on the streets, on the highways. And I then eventually made it my mission to go and find out who are these people behind it, and I definitely wanted to be one of them. So that's how I found myself here, you know, and then I could run into mentors who then gave me opportunities to start. So I think I started officially just delving into the profession in 2004. You know, I was studying mass communication. After I researched that mass communication was the way to go. These days, anybody can come into marketing if they have the flair. But at the time, you know, so I started doing holiday jobs at advertising agencies, and the rest is history.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Okay. All right. So how about Canva? How did you get into Canva?
Oh, yeah. So Canva, in fact, the first time I tried Canva, I opened it. I always tell this story. I opened it, I closed it. I said, what is this? I don't understand. The second time I opened it, I closed it. Third time, same thing. So I stumbled on Canva when, I mean, I'd worked in advertising agencies and worked in way more brands than even listed on my profile. I'd worked in a lot of tobacco brands, you know, so I had a bit of agency background before I started my own agency. And so I'd worked with professional designers who were using all the sophisticated software, but I was in a place where I was just starting my own business. I wanted to do something even more creative than I was doing at the advertising agency, on my brand manager job, project management job, on campaigns across West Africa. I said, no, I want my own creative stuff that is my own. I'm writing the stuff actively, I'm designing the stuff actively, and I'm taking the lead in the creative direction. So in doing that, when you start your own business, when you're bootstrapping like that, you don't immediately have people working for you. You don't immediately have all the designers on your payroll. No, you usually typically most people start small, like I did. So as opposed to having to get a designer for every single project I had to do, I found myself leaning on Canva. So yes, I might get a designer to do some this and that, but I also needed the independence to do some things for myself. So I realized yes, I could create stuff on social media without having to talk to anybody. I could really create a whole batch of content for a client, a small business client or a medium size business client, or I could work on pitches and proposals for myself without having to depend on anybody. I could wake up in the middle of the night, an idea came, and I could independently put things together. I said, no, this platform, I need to use it. So even after a while, when I had 3 or 4 designers working for me and, the business had scaled, I was still leaning heavily on Canva because Canva started as a design tool, for social media content. But today is a platform on which you can create literally any audiovisual content, from HR to marketing to church work, and we'll get to church stuff shortly, to any space. People from all walks of life use Canva. So as it's evolved, I also evolved with it. So I now use it to do everything. So that's how my journey with Canva. Yeah. And then after a while, I think, how did I become even an expert? Everybody asks me that. I think the Canva team came to Nigeria for something with Leap Africa. So I was like, oh, let me go. And then we were talking about, I met, the very first Nigerian Canva expert, Onoha. And I said, oh, how does anybody become a Canva expert? Because you see, a lot of people were working with me, but even I've always done small businesses, right? So a lot of people were working with me, but could not still afford to pay me. So I said, look, this thing is not only, I'm in this marketing space, not because I want to earn money alone. I want to help other people to see their potential, to be able to push out their ideas creatively without having to beg anybody, without having to pay so much, or having to struggle. So I said to myself that, look, let me teach other people. So let me teach other people. I started doing small classes. I'll do a small class here. I'll do online. I started launching online courses. I started hosting workshops. Some will be free, some will be paid. People will ask me, please help me now. I just need 1 hour or 2 minutes with you. I will spend hours working on their stuff, and I'll take, So for me, it became a tool to just help myself grow and also help others grow. And I was like, no, I enjoy teaching. I enjoy helping other people. I have to explore this. So when the Canva team came and they said, look, if you want to be a Canva expert, or Canva, at the time we called this Canva certified creative. So the people that we bring on this program are people that we observe empower people. They're teaching people in their local communities. I was like, oh, that's easy. I brought all the receipts. When I say receipts, I mean all the links to the videos and the classes and all the workshops, images, pictures. I sent it to them that, okay, so this is what I am. And they replied immediately, welcome to the Canva Creative Program.
Wow.
So that's how the journey started. And then with time, the program began to evolve. They said, okay, look, there are so many ambassadors. They eventually changed it to the Canva Verified Expert Program. But the mission is still the same. If you have to be empowering people in your community to use Canva to grow their businesses, achieve their personal and professional goals, then you're a Canva. And I have a community that is engaged, following you, listening to you, then you're a Canva Verified Expert, and will recognize you. I've seen your track record, will mark you and recognize you, and will support you from time to time. So with beta test features, if we have a workshop, sometimes they will, send us support resource materials and all of that. Yeah. So that's how
beautiful.
with Canva.
Beautiful. Okay. So I think one thing I've noted from what you've said is you have cut off a particular part of the creative industry, which is graphics designer.
Sorry, say that again. I didn't hear.
I said, hello, someone is speaking. Can you help me mute all mics? Good. Okay, I said, with what you said, you could tell that you have actually cut off a part of the creative industry by getting the job done by yourself, which is graphics designers. And because normally they are the ones that you're going to have to give the jobs to, but now Canva is like taking over that work from them. What do you think about that?
So to be honest, I think that the entities can exist side by side. Let me take it from this side, from this angle. There's someone in our community at the Elevation Church who is a veteran designer, is a printer, is a graphic, is someone that a lot of my team members look up to.
Yeah.
He uses Canva. I'm not sure he uses Photoshop and everything. He said it many times. He said it at our latest community lab. He said, look, whenever I want to design something real quick, I don't want to do I just go to Canva.
Wow.
So he used Canva to design stuff. He's used to design stuff for us that we use to announce wherever, to even to do outdoor. He's used Canva to design stuff for us that we use for broadcast. He used Canva to design brochures that went to print, maybe somebody's birthday celebrations brochures. The point is that it's one of the tools. It's how you take it. So it's one of the tools. Yeah. Secondly, the way Canva works, when you really look at it and you really explore it, you find that it's not just about graphic design.
Yes.
It's about putting together your content. You have an idea. You have a
Yes.
thought. There's no format. There's no way to explain it to anybody. You have some presentations you have to put together. You have a pitch. And everybody, all of us will find ourselves on this journey where we are selling our idea. Whatever idea is burning in your heart. God puts in your heart, hey, it's great, it's this. If you're unable to sell it to the world, you will not, the impact will be limited. And so it helps you beyond the designer versus designers, graphic designers. It helps you be able to put content together. And it's your responsibility as a person to put your content together, even if you're giving it to your designer to design. You have to be able to put a flow. Okay, so this is the concept behind it, and this is the value to the world, and this is the data, and this is already set. It has templates for people from all walks of life to put the ideas together. So if you're a creative, you're a blogger, for instance, there are media kits that will help you say, and then the media kits help also provide content inspiration. So if you say, okay, I'm a blogger, I'm new, but I want to just put I don't know what it's called, but I want to put something together to say, this is me, hey, well, this is me, and this is the value I'm bringing to your space. Canva has templates that will help you see, oh, when you are doing this, make sure you bring your data, and make sure you add some of your portfolio, and make sure you describe yourself. So it's way more than just graphic design. It helps. I call it an audio visual powerhouse because it helps you to harness your thoughts. So a lot of times when I put together marketing strategy and things like that, which I've done a million times over, sometimes I'll forget to add an element, but my templates remind me, hey, you've not even asked people to meet your team. And they want to know that you are working with a team if they're going to take you seriously as a business or someone who's proposing something. So there's content inspiration. So it's way wider than just graphic design. So it's like an audio-visual content platform. So I always ask people, because now I will ask you, what are you designing today? And when it says what are you designing today, you're not always designing graphics, you're designing content. You're designing backgrounds for whatever, or you're writing a letter, or you're writing a caption. So what are you designing? What content are you designing today? Or you're writing something, maybe you're presenting data for maybe some financial data. That has nothing to do with graphic designers per se. You're presenting financial data for whatever business case or situation. So I think, I know graphic designers hold their eyes often, but from time to time they find it they find it useful, like the the person I mentioned, Pastor Debo. They find it useful that, from time to time. So yeah. So we're not really taking jobs from people. It's one of the many tools that you should harness, and yeah. And if you look at it depends on how you look at it again. Going back and forth with graphic designers can be frustrating for you and for them because one little word change can then be several hours of waiting because maybe the guy is genuinely driving, maybe he's on a long drive, or he's busy, or he's not feeling well, or he doesn't have power or something. But you in your space can go crazy with it, like edit it more until you are satisfied that it's good. So yeah, so there are different ways of looking at it.
True. Okay, I think what I encountered Canva maybe 3 years ago, and Canva was actually launched I think 2013.
Yes.
So I think it was around that time most of us got to start to use Canva because of COVID and all of those things. Yeah, but one of the brightest features for me, the most important feature for me was the shareability, so that you could collaborate. You understand? So your what's it called? Your graphics designer can send you a link to say, okay, move this, move that. Yeah. I think Adobe is doing something along that line now. Maybe learning from Canva. Yes. But for you to have a couple of people just collaborating on one particular project and working real time at the same time across the world, that was something. And I really love that about it. So what would you say is your own best feature of Canva? What's your best feature?
Presentations. Because in my role, as a head of communications and, as a CEO, I always have to prepare documents for something. A proposal for something, a strategy document for something. So presentation is my fave, especially because, again, like with all the documents or all the design, I'll say all the items or all the documents, design documents that you have on Canva, you can collaborate. So I do it a lot. So if there's any member of my team that doesn't know how to use Canva, they always learn by force by fire. Because I would prepare my policy documents and I'll send it to them. Guys, edit, find your way. Find your, and I will show them for those that, you know. So I love presentations so much. Also because if someone is listening to this and hasn't tried that, you should totally try it. The presenter feature, the present and record feature. So for me, in any space, we're competing, and there's always somebody who's trying to, you know, you're all trying to get a piece of the cake, a piece of the pie in whatever space, and you need to stand out, you know. And trust me, the decision makers have seen all the PowerPoints, they've seen all the PDFs. But imagine if you're presenting your document and you're talking through, you don't have to be there. You are talking through your stuff, talking through every single slide, selling your ideas even more with your voice and sometimes with your face where you want it. I think that's a game changer. So you can send, instead of sending a PDF and another PowerPoint yet again to a clients, you're sending a video, an MP4 video or a link that they don't have to download. They can just click. They don't even have to have a Canva account to be able to watch and see your presentation, and you know your ideas come alive even more than a still PDF or PowerPoint. So yes, presentation is my fave of all time. So many beautiful templates on there, fitting every vibe, every brand style, every personality. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, I want you to drop your favorite feature on Canva. Drop them in the comment section, and also drop your questions. I will be picking them up from there and sharing with our guests tonight. So, all right. So, I want to ask: you've seen churches, designs by churches. You've seen the brandings done by churches. What would you
Mm-hmm.
say is one or two things that you see is missing? Because I know the Elevation Church has an excellent branding and communication presence out there. But there are other churches that are just coming up, and most of them are on this with us tonight. They're trying to see how they can have a harmonized branding and communication um, plan for their churches, so that it's not just um, haphazard things. You know, one day they are doing blue, one day they are doing red. They don't just have a particular direction. What would you say churches are doing that you would want us to correct and you want us to tidy up in terms of branding and communications?
There are quite a number of them, but I would say I remember saying this recently to a group of church leaders. Aspire to excellence and break away from like cliche stuff. Church people tend to believe, we'll let somebody, there's one brother, somebody just quickly design something for us, Joe, you know, and we can put it out there. But this is God's work. And our God is an excellent God. So if an MTN is putting something out or a bank is putting something out, we should be the premium of the premium of the premium. So we need to then pursue the highest level in terms of the quality of our communication materials, marketing stuff. So what's are the industry standards? The first thing we should do is get to that level and then beat it. So yes, so I would say pursue excellence. A lot of times, church people, like I said, and I understand it because you see there are a lot of challenges. There's a bit of getting, you know, the investments that come with it. Just getting people, I get people to invest, not only money. Money, yes, because you know, a lot of times it costs money to get good quality, maybe design and all of that. But that's why we have platforms like Canva that can help us.
Yeah.
But even investing quality time. A lot of times, so how much help us quickly do? No, the people in the world, they don't even play. They want to push out something
Yeah.
that represents their brand. They take it very seriously.
Yes.
Where we don't have maybe volunteers who are strong enough, who are maybe versed in the work, we need to invest. We need to invest in just getting professionals. Because you see, is the look at as with anything in the world, the packaging part, as much as you must have your substance, the packaging part, the visual branding part is so important, so critical. It's so critical. You can imagine if you have diamonds and you put it in a black poly bag, you know, a very rough or a sack, very dusty sack. Nobody will care enough to open
Yes.
that sack, to touch it, to open it to see the diamonds in there.
Absolutely.
But guess what?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are even doing this. They are presenting stuff in velvet boxes, and when you open the box, there's nothing there, maybe rocks. But people are carrying
Yes.
go and check because it's attractive. How much more things of God, things of such
Yeah.
incredible value. So we can't afford to just
Hmm.
take it for granted and say, you know, Pastor Gama was teaching us something recently about wisdom, power, and character, and that the church focuses so much on power, we forget character and wisdom. That wisdom, for me, wisdom is where excellence in whatever space, including excellence in marketing, church work, church communications plays out. That wisdom was provided by God. That all the
Hmm.
the secular products and services are enjoying, how much more things of God. So we need to, whatever level we're on, and there's always room for improvement, even with thank you very much for that kind compliment about the Elevation Church. But trust me, even with us, we have ways to go in terms of improving the quality of our work. So for me, that's the number one thing. Another thing I would say is, yes, the visual branding thing. And it's a tough place, because in the church, we have several programs. As much as we should have a consistent branding for our church. Oh, these are our brand colors. That consistency is very key in marketing. However, church will also have a lot of programs and events that have different vibes. So what we even did at the Elevation Church is that we created a brand manual that we're all learning to follow gradually. It's a process, because people don't follow things as with anywhere, not just in church, anywhere, in any organization. So we have a brand manual that just defines, okay, how we present the brand. These are our audience. These are the colors. These are the fonts. And there's a reason for everything. But we allow you
Hmm.
creativity in maybe doing things for teenagers, for different programs that have different vibes. But when you are doing anything that says Elevation Church, timeless information about the Elevation Church, please stick to our corporate colors and everything. So that there's consistency, there's a brand, and those are brand principles. I always say to people that brand principles are the same everywhere, whether you're doing it, and there are different kinds of
Yeah.
brands: event branding, church branding, products branding, service branding, destination
Mhm.
branding.
Yes.
The principles for the most part are the same. You need to be consistent. You need to look good. You need to look professional. When something is well put together, people will be attracted, and then you can then suck them in with all the value that you have to offer. So I would say church people, we need to aspire to greater levels of excellence, no matter what we've achieved so far. We need to embrace the principles of visual branding. We need to invest time and money in working with professionals as much as we can afford at different levels, because everybody's on a journey, different ministries, different levels, of progression. So wherever you are, attend to the next thing. Attend to the next thing. Let me give you a bonus one: storytelling.
Okay.
A lot of
Yeah.
times, church, we want people to come for this program. The hour of power, the this, the that. I always ask myself, so this program, it sounds great, sounds powerful, but what's the end user? What will the end user take away? Storytelling. What is the end user's takeaway? Okay, this is going to help me open my eyes to possibilities. This is going to balance me up, or this is going to help me or take me to greater heights spiritually and professionally. We must always remember to spell out the storytelling aspect. Let people see themselves in whatever we're pushing out. It really helps. It really
Okay.
helps. What you use people images, use stories in whatever it is you're doing. It really helps. So people can really see themselves and say, no, this thing is for me. This thing is speaking to my pain points. I need to be part of this program. I need to be part of this initiative.
Okay.
Right.
Beautiful. 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 Okay. You remember in our pre live call, I mentioned something about
Mm,
just talking about branding in general. I know branding
mm,
it's a course in some universities. It's something that is
yeah.
exhaustive, and we can't
Mm-hmm.
treat all of it tonight on this platform, but we can do something in just 5 minutes. I want us to just share about the branding principles that
Mm,
upcoming churches can even begin to incorporate from the
mm,
start. You mentioned something about colors. I'm very sure there are some churches that don't know that they have to have their specific colors. They have to
mm,
pick a specific font and
mm.
some of those
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
things that we can begin to work on after this program.
Okay. So, I
Yes.
mean, I was asking that question. I had a million ways to answer the question, but I'll use a simple analogy that I use often in my classes. Any brand, and the church brand is a brand still. Any brand is made up of three key aspects. So let's look at it. Let's compare it to a cake. Now you have a cake, you have the icing, and you have the actual taste. The cake can look nice, but might taste horrible. right? So the substance of what you are as a ministry, your calling, and your brand personality and your brand identity is your calling. Every ministry is called something. Some are focused on prayer. As much as you do all the other things that the ministry should do, you're known for this. Some are focused on maybe the youth. Some are focused different things. So your substance, what you are, the calling, the offer that you have is the main cake. The icing is the packaging, the visual so
Aspect.
now it is, yes. So typically when people are celebrating anything, they will not give you the cake like that. They will package it nicely. They will make it beautiful.
Yes.
So you want to
Yes.
take pictures with it. You attract, this cake, give us a taste. That's the
Mm-hmm.
attraction. Yeah. But guess what? All of that is a waste if they taste it and the experience is not as great as promised visually.
Mm.
So the point is this. Ministries need to know that yes, you as much as you have you have a logo. You have a logo, you have your fonts, you have your colors, you have even kind of pictures that you use. Those are visual aspects of your branding. You need to engage a professional to help you through that. Because it's 2024. We're not about to be doing the old stuff. There are many things that are fighting for people's attention.
Yeah.
You might think, oh, and we're not competing as ministry people, we're not competing, right?
Yeah.
But things are competing for the airtime of people. People want there are a lot of competing factors. They want to be in clubs, they want to have entertainment, they want to do other things. I don't have time for church. So we need to come correct. We need to come excellent. We need to come beautiful. We need to come well put together. So that visual part is important, but that's not enough. The experience, when we come, what is we call it service experience. Now, service experience, when I say that, I mean that even in the general branding context. I don't mean church service experience. I mean the service experience. Because at the end of the day, we're offering a service. We're meeting your needs.
Yeah.
We're helping you to get clarity. We're helping you to understand your walk with God. We're helping you to find purpose in life. We're helping you to find peace. We're helping you to find peace with God. It's a ministry of reconciliation. All of that is a service if you really look at it in itself. Right?
Yes.
And how does the experience, a lot of people have walked out of church because of the experience, not because of the logos that did not look nice. It's because of the
Yes.
experience, the things that they felt. When I went there, they treated me like
Yes.
this. When I joined the missional community, they treated me like this. And as a result, I will say, I love it. This is my community, this is my family. Or as a result, I don't want to be part of church again. So experience, we need to curate our experience. The visual part is we must tick that box, but the experience itself must be such that really, really helps people to connect, really, really is positive, really, really delivers on the promise. Very, very key. So you have your visual branding, all the beautiful colors, all the beautiful outdoors, your beautiful sanctuary, but the experience in dealing with people, how they're engaged. So very critical. So branding is not only visual. Your logo, your beautiful packaging will at best invite people to, let me see what they're doing there. When they get there, and the way church is not a one-off purchase. It's not a purchase that you buy a car and you wait the next couple of years before you buy. No, you are choosing every week to be part of a ministry. So that experience is also critical. So visual experience, your visual branding, but your service experience is part of your branding, is key part of your branding. So that's something to note. A lot of people also believe that branding is for the people that have plenty money and all of that. No, branding sometimes can be very organic with it, but curating how you are presenting yourself, how you are engaging people is branding. So it's not only for the big brands, so it's not only for the people that are in the world, it's not only for the banking industry, no, it's for everybody. And another thing organizations or ministry, need to know is that everybody, it's not only the comms people or the professionals, when they come, they talk about branding and then we end it there. No, every single thing you're doing as a pastor, everything you're doing as a leader, you're all contributing to the brand of the ministry. Everybody's a part of it. It's a joint, it's a communal work. It's a communal work. But you see, some people will not get to listen to the pastor, but the way the patrol people treated them, or the way the ushers welcomes them or answer their questions is a deciding factor in if they want to be part of this or not. So everybody needs to, it's a joint work. Everybody needs to come to that understand that look, we're representing, it's our image, it's our reputation, it's our identity. Who are we? So branding, a lot of people think branding is the logos and colors. That's just one. The experience, all experience, we're all custodians of it. Every one of us who is part of a ministry where it must take responsibility for it. So those are things that church people, and indeed any brand, I say this to in any forum I'm in, that is not only for the big people, It's not only for the professional and the communications and marketing people. We are all custodians. And if we don't understand it, we ask people to engage us, teach us what should we be doing, what are things we need to improve on, what's our identity, how do we want to present ourselves, so that everybody's thinking about it the same way. Because again, we move from ministry to ministry. Some people come from Redeemed to House on the Rock. Some people go from House on the Rock to Elevation Church, like I did. Some people go, people move from different places. But in every ministry you're in, what are your values? That's something we don't play with at all at the Elevation Church. What are your values? What's your identity? This is how we present here. This is how we do things here. This is our culture with giving. This is our culture with worship. This is our kind of music. All those things, you curate them intentionally. When you do that as a ministry intentionally, and there's a vision, and everybody's keyed into that vision, then you begin to have a very strong brand, as you go along. Yeah. So that's the short answer. That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was succinct. I see a question in the chat box. It's from Otumba. I'm going to get to it. I want to encourage every one of us to drop our questions like he did. I want to quickly ask, so how does Canva help with our branding? What are the tools that we have on Canva that we can begin to tap into, that we can begin to use? And what are the things that you have seen other churches that have been using Canva proficiently? What have you seen them do from there?
Okay. Well, there are a variety of tools on Canva that directly contribute to the church's needs in terms of communication. So typically you're on social announcing a worship program, church service. This is our theme this month, or this is our theme this Sunday, and all of that. So all of that is already covered on Canva. You have many a church design, because that's also the other thing. You can decide you want to design or edit something that is meant for maybe an engineering firm, and you're wasting a lot of time when there are lots of church templates. So communication materials to announce programs and services and conferences, announcement stuff, and church announcements. In fact, if you're feeling particularly lazy, which you should not be, maybe we should just go on the Canva portal. You can see some sermons.
Okay.
And for me, I always say there's no shame in getting a little help sometimes in any piece of content you are creating using Canva. The difference is that you know your work. So if Canva gives you this thing I forgot I could have added this, you add your own juice. You add your own substance to make it very robust. You add your own substance to make it very robust. So now Canva has this magic tool, the AI tool that just helps you to create something, use your keywords and help you create something. It's typically it's a tool that is evolving. So sometimes the outcome when you make a ask about, give me a sermon on the Holy Spirit, it'll give something rudimentary. But it's a start that you know your work, you know your calling, you know what God has put on your inside, you know what God is saying to you at this time regarding this subject. You can build on it. And a lot of times you find that as much as maybe all the things on there that Canva is suggesting to you, you already know. There'll be more. They'll be like, I forgot to. This is the icing on the cake. This is a good angle. I like this. Let me add it to make a very robust presentation. It happens to me a lot. Like I said, I don't need to ask Canva to give me a marketing strategy for something. I know. But there will be one little icing on the cake that I've forgotten that I'm like, oh, this is a good touch. No, let me add this to make, just to support my own ideas, my own original ideas. So Canva has stuff for announcements, has stuff for sermons, has stuff for whatever. Just ask Canva what you want. Now, a lot of times Canva will not have everything that you need, but if it doesn't have everything that you need, it will give you something maybe halfway there that you can then begin to curate and customize to your needs. So maybe it's a good time to jump on Canva and check out a few church or worship related resources that we can resize, repurpose, rejig for our own uses.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, let's go to that question. It says you should speak about the presentation feature again. I think it's an interesting feature and it's something that we should all jump on.
Yeah, absolutely. So I can't tell you how many deals I've closed using presentation feature. So I think that maybe we should jump on the Canva portal if that's fine. And I can be speaking and talking through the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think I will need to share my screen. That's okay.
Okay, while we're trying to, please guys, pay attention to the image in the background. It has a handle. I think that's your handle across all platforms, right?
Yeah, well, just a few platforms. I didn't want to populate the page too much. So my Instagram and my LinkedIn, I'm very active on those. So you can
Yes.
look. Please, could you enable
Okay.
screen sharing from my side?
Are you, Brother Dura, can you help with that?
So I can show.
Brother Dura, can you hear me?
Okay,
Oh,
Okay,
so
yes,
you're
we
now
have
a
that.
co-host.
okay, thank you. I'm going to quickly pick up. Move this out. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to move to my yeah, the templates. Okay, so I was just checking some out, just pulling some out so they are very close so that we could easily pick them up. So I just typed worship. I didn't even type, I was just on home and I typed worship. And then we have nights
Okay.
of worship, Sunday worship, this is in different sizes, from TikTok stuff to t-shirt designs to
Wow.
Instagram posts to Instagram stories to flyers. Sometimes you just want to do a flyer, maybe you want to print it out to different Facebook posts. Now, you know that different platforms have different dimensions in terms of their visuals, so you can
Yeah.
resize accordingly. And I always encourage people to use at the very least, the Canva Pro, so that you can resize. You can have a whole campaign, put your worship, maybe your night of worship is in the next 2 weeks, put it on your Facebook sizing, put your Facebook header, put it on your Instagram, put it on your stories, and you can resize to answer your questions, some of the questions you asked me back then. You can
Yeah.
resize this campaign material to different places. Now, a lot of people say, let me just use another flyer somewhere. No, the way campaigns work at the very basic, any campaign for any particular program, you need to use the same visual elements across. Because we take it for granted that people understand. A lot of people don't understand that. So if you decide you want to do this Sunday service for different, you want to invite people to this particular Sunday service, this particular one I'm highlighting, and
Yes.
you want to invite people on different platforms, you want to resize this very material to different platforms, not create another Sunday service peak. Because you see, people on the average see between 5,000 to 10,000 visuals and ads every single day, selling something at them, and they need to be able to easily, without thinking about it, say, oh yes, I saw this Sunday invite on TikTok. It's okay, I'm coming. Oh, I'm seeing
Yes.
here. I stand reminded. When you're using
Yes.
different materials, that's in case anybody's thinking that way, please, this is the day to to just end it. When you're thinking you are trying to announce a particular event, use the same campaign material. And guess what? Canva understands this, but I'm digressing, so we'll come back to that later.
All right.
So Sunday service. So I was trying to try that sermon. It was only a sermon on the mount. Sermon on the Holy Spirit. Of course, you know what you want to teach now. You are the teacher, you are the pastor. However, there will be some interesting and encouraging templates. Now, some templates exist, 12,000 templates exist. Not all of them are on the Holy Spirit because they might not have all of that, but they will bring you quite a good number that are similar to it. And then Magic Design will design its own original thing. Now, the thing about Magic Design is that it is an AI feature that is still evolving. So I don't
Yes.
always like the template designs, but some people like it. It's minimalist. I don't always like the template designs, but there are already existing template designs that will still work well for you. So let me
Yeah.
go. So the key for you is just to explore. So I didn't
Yeah.
quite the AI one that I didn't quite like because it's also bringing all sorts of things. So what I would do is I will pick something here, walking in the spirit. Like I said, even if it doesn't have exactly what you want, it's going to give you something relatively close. And this is a whole sermon. Sometimes complete
Okay.
with scripture. Sometimes complete with
Wow.
scripture. This is 10 slides. And then you can feel like, okay, I think I want to add more. What does it mean to walk in the spirit? Now, sometimes it's content, sometimes it won't give you. But guess what? It's
Wow.
giving you headers. It's giving you headers
Yeah.
and giving you stay filled. If you are truly
Yeah.
a man of God, you know what to say, you know what to put. When you say, I
Yeah.
think about and see what pleases the Holy Spirit, you just to
Yeah.
download. So it helps you
Yeah.
articulate the thoughts. Now, not everybody
Yeah.
would even be a writer or someone who can outline their thoughts, but they have so many ideas. This will help you
Yeah.
to begin to create an outline. Okay, so how do I know if
No,
I'm
I
working
think
this?
I think it's already it's already done the heavy lifting for you, which is
I'm
the
telling
design.
you. Yeah.
That is the most important part. Canva is not
Yeah.
going to you. But this is awesome.
Yeah. So Now, I might not see much on the Holy Spirit anymore, but I did see some earlier. I don't know if I can find anymore. But you see something else, maybe God's guidance. Okay. You can then begin to, because you see, imagine if he pulled you engineering presentations. You have to do a lot of heavy lifting with changing the kind of selection of pictures and the selection of fonts. But because you're in the Christian faith side, you don't have to do that much work. You can do some work. This one can still work for the Holy Spirit. Just for you to add a few things here and there, and you're good to go. Sunday sermon. See Sunday. Living water, everything. So yeah, transformation series, sermon series, story. You'll find something, Sha, that will speak to something. There's something for the kids' church. And you know, children are so visual.
Wow.
So visual. So they'll have something, Moses Mountain, family movie night, story. Love that. And then you even begin to see something, welcome to children's church. If by the time you dig, you will see one more template. So it's already telling that I'm going towards the children selection. It's start pulling up children selection stuff.
Wow.
Jesus loves.
Wow.
Peace. Imagine if you had to take a business HR document and trying to convert it to a children's stuff. That's too much stress. So always use your keywords. You can do it, but you will spend days when you could have done this in minutes. Yeah, so this, imagine that, stuff like that. So, and then it's pulling other things, it's pulling like school things because it's children stuff. And then again, you can mix and match. You can always mix and match presentation. So let's use this chance to talk about presentation. This is a presentation. Let's just talk about presentation to answer the question of the person who was asking. So presentations for every imaginable scenario. Every imaginable scenario. So we can decide we don't want to do children's church right now. We want to move to a business-like document, a business plan for something. We'll find templates. Again, for people from all walks of life. I'm sure if I look for Muslim stuff, I came across a Ramadan thing at some point. You find that. People from all walks of life. People that believe in God, people that don't believe in God, everything. So so presentations, again, you go to your homepage and ask Canva for what you want. It's always ask you, what will you design today? And then you can then type in. So anybody want to give us a prompt? Let's type in a prompt. Even if it's not a church thing, let's explore the presentations a little bit.
Well, in the comments, give us a prompt.
Presentation. Or just type, okay. I think I jumped there. You can go straight to presentation, or it still works any which way. Or be on the homepage and just answer the question, what will you design today? So let me check the chat.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, well done.
All right, so let's please go ahead.
You can use the Vineyard Assembly.
Hold on, please.
Okay.
Let's some order. Let's have some order. We'll call for questions. I want you to type them in. Let's not take the liberty, please. Let's type in the comments section.
Okay,
please.
So someone says digital marketing proposal. Oh, that's even the easiest one. They have loads of that. New launch app prayer. Okay, on the new launch app prayer. I'm sure that's a specific thing. Okay, so let's do digital marketing.
Yes.
Okay,
digital marketing proposal.
I need to say, yeah, proposal. Maybe we call it proposal then.
Yes.
Proposal. So one thing it does, it will show you templates, it will show you projects. Now I have a lot of digital marketing stuff. That's why I show you my old projects in that regard. But I'm going to go to templates. So digital marketing proposal, let's take it a notch higher. For what organization?
Okay, let's say Church Media X.
Okay, Church Media X. So Church Media X, whichever. So it will pull up, typically it will pull up the magic proposals, which sometimes yes, it might not be. This one had, sometimes you're lucky you see something interesting. If not, you don't even need to wait for the magic proposals. Okay, this one didn't even pull any magic proposals. Great. So you have something that has 10. You have something that has. Okay, so about us, our service. No, not even our best option. So let's keep going. Digital marketing proposal 2 to 10. Okay, so let's see what is here. Okay, so you say table of contents, introduction, proposed strategy, timeline, investment, FAQs. Why us? This sounds like, you know, when you're pitching every proposal, you're pitching to a client who is about to work with you for the very first time. So
Yes.
is the proposed strategy. Now it hasn't done all the work for you, but it has given you a flow. If you know your work, you know that, oh,
Mhm.
I need to include my objectives, I need to include my strategy, my breakdown. Oh, this is
Yeah.
digital marketing. You're going to SEO, you're doing social media marketing, you're doing email, you know. I mean,
Yes.
okay, you need to have a timeline, a project timeline, so that they know how you're thinking, investment, because I mean you're investing money in this, so it's already giving you ideas and thoughts, you know.
Yeah.
So this is a marketing proposal for now. Let's see if it did something custom for church
Yeah.
media. It didn't quite do that. Blah 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 blah. It didn't quite.
Totally editable.
Yes, completely. So your colors, your whatever, is completely
Yes.
editable. So sometimes they give you something like 5 pages, depending on what you want. So just for you to take your pick. Now, I would go back and type presentations just for you to give me the presentation size.
Okay.
I like that's landscape that we typically use, that would then download to a, what do we call it, to a PowerPoint if we need to. Okay, so
Okay.
marketing.
Yeah, I was
So
going to ask that. Can we integrate it into PowerPoint?
yes, you can download to PowerPoint joyfully. You
Wow.
can download. All of
Okay.
this is customized. So ask is customized, 100% fully customizable. You can
Yeah.
download. So maybe you didn't pick church media, but sometimes in whatever category, if it doesn't pick your category, it will give you something close, so they work with it. When some cases you are really, really favored, you find something that's extremely close, you almost don't have to do any visual work, just repeat your content and go.
Yeah.
So maybe your brand colors are not purple, you can always change. So the key is to
Yes.
explore. Maybe your own colors are yellow, you need to tweak.
Mm-hmm.
So explore and then download, you download here. So they also know that you have a million ways to share. Maybe you want to share a link with somebody who can view, anybody with the link, you can share as a link, you can save it, you can present and record. This is the present and record I was talking about.
Okay. I'm very much interested in that feature.
Okay, so share. They know that there are a million ways. You want to share on social media for some reason, you want to download, you want to share to LinkedIn. They know that you have a million ways to share. So let's try the present and record. So I really like this feature. So it asks you to go to the recording studio. The recording studio will then ask you if you want to record just your voice or you want to include your face. I don't know if you can see my screen. Yeah. So I chose to have my camera still. If I decide not to have my camera, it just goes this way. And it asks me to
Okay.
start recording. So I'm going to record I say start recording. It's going to count me in 3, 2, 1. Hello, and thank you so much for taking our presentation. Very quickly, I'm going to move to my table of contents. I'm going to talk about blah, 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 blah. I need to catch my breath. I pause. I pause. I need to catch my breath. And then I resume. Da, 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 da. I move to my next slide. Let's assume that we've finished our slides. So we're doing that, going on and on, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. You can add notes to your presentation to remind you. I don't need to add notes, so I'm going. So I end my recording. So when I end my recording, it's
Yes.
going to load. Depending on how long your recording was, it's going to load for quite a bit. And then it will give you the option to download it or to share a link with anybody. So if you don't want to stress people out with downloads, you can click the link, whether they use Canva or not already. It will give them just a website preview of your content that you want to share with them. So I do this a lot. When I want to share something for approval with my principal, and I just don't want to send it to PowerPoint, and I say, no, I will talk through it. So I will just send him the recording or send him the link to watch. I've sold my idea without even me being there, because sometimes it's traveled. So this, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it in my browser.
Yes.
So that we can check it out.
Okay.
So it's loading. So is that how you do that, or you do trying to find where's the sheet? I'm trying to find it. What does it load now?
Is it possible you drop that chat so that we can also
sure.
all participate what it looks like?
Sure. I'm gonna drop that here now.
Okay, guys. There you go. Let me know if you're able to access it. Let me know. I'm on it now.
Yeah. So I'm going to play the playback. I'm going to play. This is what somebody you are supposed to see. Hello, and thank you so much for taking our presentation. Very quickly, I'm going to move to my table of contents. I'm going to talk about blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
I move to my next slide. Let's assume that we've finished our slides, so we're doing that, going on and on, blah, 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 blah. You can add notes to your presentation to remind you. I don't need to add notes, so I'm going. So I kept my video very short, so there you go. I can watch it again and again, and then it invites them to create their own presentation, and they can start on Canva, if meaning that they don't have to have Canva to use. Yeah. So yeah, that presentation is limitless. And again, you can mix and match. So let's say, let's look at this, our green. It was a purple one I was working on. Yeah. You can also download it as a video. So download.
Otumba has watched it. Said he likes the blah 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 plot.
Oh my God, thank you, Otumba. So can you see? It says anyone with this link can view. No,
I just
required. Exactly.
Wow.
And you can discard it. You can save. You can download, save and exit. You can download it. So I'm gonna save and exit.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. You were saying something about mixing and matching, please.
Yes. So now let's say assume that okay, this template I want to use, but I find myself I still want to display some other things. I still want to add some things. They only gave me 16 slides or 10 slides. I want to add some other things that I like. Maybe I like something from this particular presentation. I can mix and match. So what I will do is this one, so I don't lose it. And then I can add, maybe I wanted to add before we go. I wanted to add like meet the best team. Maybe this one didn't have a best team. So maybe we didn't have a team thing. So we didn't have a team presentation. I'll just go to the slide you want to replace. And then you tap it. By the time you tap, it will take over. And then you can update. You want to add people. Yeah. You can add more people as you need to and rearrange and all of that. It just takes some exploration. It usually takes me several hours to teach this. And then I think, these slides I picked. And then you can customize. So because it's all looking different. So you can customize.
Yes.
You can customize.
Interesting.
And now the thing about is this. What Canva does to you is it says for anything you want to edit, anything whatsoever you want to edit, right? You just tap it. So I want to edit this background, but something's in the way. I'll move it out. Just tap it. When you tap, you can see that, okay, I can't edit the color in this case. For some reason, I can't edit the color. So maybe I'm going to, let me see if I can use my layouts.
Okay.
I want to match style to brand. Okay, but my brand, so Canva understands brands. So before you even start designing, it helps when you're using the Canva Pro account to create your own brand, to create your own brand colors and everything, establish it. So it will always adapt to your brand. So this is a pre-existing brand kit. So I can just select and see the results. So this is my existing brand kit in black, red, and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So what this one did is sometimes it doesn't always do exactly as you want it. So you can always toggle the colors, but it's not giving me that at this time. I wonder why. So I'm going to do it manually. So if I don't like this, I can delete it. Delete it and take an element. Now, if there's nothing you remember from this class today, please remember there's something called elements. Elements has a million things. It's the raw material area where you can find from videos to charts to frames to pictures to mock-ups to stickers to music to anything. So this thing came in like orange, but my stuff is purple so far. So I'm going to pick this. I'm going to duplicate something like that. And then I'll match the purple manually.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I can bring my... And you know what it did? It has already established my document colors. So I can pick whatever purple I'm picking is close to what's already on the rest of the slides.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't have to struggle too much. So it's very smart in that regard. You pick the colors I used recently, you pick the colors that are in your rest of your slides so you can match. Typically, the styles feature works. Styles.
Okay.
Let's see. For some reason, I don't know. I'm not sure why it's not giving me that today. You can also go to styles and say, okay, purple. Or just do it manually. Whichever, if it's too much for you. If it's not giving you that, you can manually search. but it's not
I
giving me
know.
what I want. So I'll
I
search for
know
Canva.
the Canva team is a moving team. They're very dynamic. So whatever
Ah,
is things you are not able to do yesterday, don't sleep on it. You might be able
they
to
will-
do it tomorrow. Just
exactly.
try.
And
Yeah.
yes. And we keep telling them, guys, please, you are stressing us out because we are creating tutorials based on where some things are placed. You will now change it again and you move
Yeah.
to another place. So we're always having to
Yeah.
do tutorials.
Can you imagine? Can
Fresh
you imagine?
updated tutorials. They're always keeping us very busy. I'm like, guys, why did you move? They were explaining, this is the reason why we did this. We're trying to improve this. And then sometimes some tools don't work great. And we tell them, guys,
Yes.
please bring back this other one. Why? And they will
Hmm.
then, yeah, so things change. And then again, these pictures are some of these pictures we can always replace with your own. Don't need from
Yes.
our pictures, just replace drag and drop. So it's a drag and drop feature that you should explore. Explore it as much as you can. Trust me, you discover new things. A lot of things I learned are self-taught, and there are also loads of what they call them, tutorials online. There's even design
Hmm.
school on Canva itself. I hope I'll be able to share
Okay.
some of that. If we start like this, we'll be here to 12 midnight. So let's
True. True. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move. Let's move. I think one question that will be on the minds of most people. Let me quickly check if I have any burning question. Okay,
Okay.
this is great. I've watched it. So great. Thank you, guys. Now, one question is: there is Canva free and there is Canva Pro. Did you get that?
Sorry, please say that again.
Yeah, I said there is Canva free and there is Canva Pro.
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
And
So,
the final question.
what are things that differentiate them?
Okay, so I was mindful of that question coming up, so I pulled a way to explain it. So Canva free
Mm-hmm.
is open to everybody. You can be on Canva free forever. But you
Yes.
see, if you're familiar with Canva, you would have come across some crowns, the pro feature.
Mm.
So you can use just a maybe 20 to 30% of the features on Canva. You can do good work with free. But you're limiting yourself when you can pay 2008 and have the unlock all the features, indeed all the features for yourself for a month. So
Mm.
so for the free, you can use the easy drag and drop editor. You have 1 million plus versus 100 million stuff. Unlimited premium templates. It says 1,000 plus design types. 3
Mm.
million stock photos and graphics. So you have 100 million. 3 million versus 100 million. You can imagine the
Yeah.
difference. You're also able to quickly resize and translate designs. Now,
Mm.
I mentioned before that when you have an event or a project or something that you're selling, you want to use the
Mm-hmm.
same visual design across that particular thing so people can make the connect easily without having to ask questions. People don't have time to ask questions. And a confused mind does not buy anything, whether it's your church vision or it's your product or your service or your person. So to
Mm.
basically run campaigns as you should, you need the resize feature, which is only on Pro. Now,
Mm.
churches, the world is a global village, so you're always in constant communication with people who are speaking French, speaking Arabic, speaking this and that. So you want to be able to translate your stuff easily. That feature is on the Pro. Background remover is on the Pro. Creativity stuff is on the Pro. You have 1 terabyte versus 5 gig of cloud storage on the Pro. There's
Mm.
every reason to use the Pro.
Mm.
So the free one, you have a limited number of design templates and stuff. But from time to time, you run into templates like you run into things like this.
Mm-hmm.
You run into maybe the most beautiful templates. I tell you, the most beautiful templates are always Pro. I say Pro.
Yes.
Like, oh my
Yes.
God, this technology startup is so beautiful. I need this. Bam is a Pro feature.
That's the
So you can
business idea.
yeah. And honestly, you can download and use it, but you will find that you have the Canva watermark on your design and doesn't look good or presentable when you're in a
Yes.
business environment or you want to send something to somebody for a business, even for
Yes.
anything, for your reputation. Yeah. So that's
True.
those are the reasons. So I'm going to go back to the pricing spread so you can really see what it is.
Okay.
Social sharing, your social sharing, sending things from Canva to LinkedIn is limited when you're not using the Pro. A lot of sound
Yeah.
effects.
Okay.
for multiple people.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think we
My
lost
screen's
you for
sharing.
a few seconds. Yeah, we can hear you now. We can
Sorry,
hear
let
you
me
now.
come. Okay, my network was shaky. So I said you can either use the
Okay.
free Canva a subscription for one person, Canva Pro for one person, or Canva Teams for a group of people. So you have mock-ups, you have Magic Expand, you don't have it on free, but you have it on Pro, things like that. Enhanced voice, you have it. So enhanced voice is you have a video that the voice or there's a lot of noise in it. It cleans up the noise very well. Really like you. And it's pretty good. I've used it for a lot of things. And then you have workplace tools. You have a lot of them on free. You can see the good things on free, but it's still limited. Team only links, brand controls, you have them only on Pro.
Okay. Okay, we want to
This is
ask
going to
about payments.
Yeah,
How do we
payment.
pay?
Yeah. So before I answer that, let me quickly cover the fact that teachers and schools have Canva Pro for free, but they need to verify that you are signing up from a school platform. Also, same for not-for-profits, which is churches. So they need to verify. They will ask you all the details, maybe your email, your certificates of whatever for your ministry. Okay, sorry, to your question, you said, how do you pay?
Yes.
Over the years, people have complained to me that they've had struggles paying because of our Niger card restrictions.
Yes.
But these days, a lot, as at the last events we had, where I was pulling data from different people, some people said they use their Zenith Bank debit card works. Some people have said virtual cards work. Some people have said it's one
Okay.
that everybody loves to swear by, the Providus Platinum debit card. Yeah, it works well.
Okay.
So if one card doesn't work, another card, it would definitely work out. And I often say to people, please don't try to pay in dollars. They've already done regional pricing for us. And we know what the
Yeah.
exchange rate is for the people that are in Nigeria. We know the exchange rate is, so don't stress yourself. You can find a way to pay in Naira. Yeah. So GT
Okay.
Bank, Zenith Bank, Providus, and maybe some virtual cards. Yes, also work. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please, there is a question by Otumba in the chat. He's asking about opportunity. Did you catch that question?
Yes.
You
Yes.
okay.
Yes, I did. I just
Okay.
remembered.
Good.
Yeah. So there are different ways. In fact, I can't remember. I had a presentation on this. I need to find it. Different ways to make money from it. You can make money as a creator. Now, all the templates on Canva, they were created by people. They were created by people who submitted their work for consideration, and when they were approved, they were paid every time somebody downloaded their file or their stuff. So you can design templates. You can design little elements like these graphics, all these cute little graphics that we see. Somebody created, they added all these circles and stuff. In fact, sometimes you will see the creator.
Okay.
Okay, sometimes it's Canva that created some by themselves, but there's things like pictures. You can contribute pictures and graphics like this.
Okay.
Can you see person? You can see Vimo by Nikki, Vicky, somebody is a creator
Yeah.
and it's being paid every time. So all the cues graphics, all the elements that you use in your design were created by somebody. The photos were taken by somebody. You understand? The photos were taken by somebody and they were delivered to Canva for use. And Canva is the best. Canva pays the person. This person is obviously from Russia or something. The person turned this
Okay.
photo. Now we even have Nigerian creators, because if I type jollof rice now, I'll see somebody who has turned in. Yeah, so they earn. Canva creators earn from that. This one looks too foreign. I'm going to find a proper Nigerian looking jollof rice. This one looks. So if you look at it, you see a Nigerian name. Look, this is prime stock. Okay, we'll check. Let's check another one. Let me look for another one. This is created by. So I think it's really great for representation, because these days you find more Nigerian content on Canva because Nigerian creators are turning in their own work.
Okay.
So that's one way to make money. Another way to make money is not everybody has time or the patience to sit down and create their content, maybe for social media or for other business uses on Canva, because this is prime stock. Not everybody has that patience, right? So you can be someone who creates content for people. They will give you their brief. They don't know how to articulate the creative. Just don't have it. You can do it for them, and
Yeah.
earn money from it. I did that a lot. Other ways to make money from Canva, you can create templates. So sometimes people want their branded templates done for everything from Facebook posts to this to that. You can do custom templates for people. Some people sell templates and they're making a lot of money. Even me, I don't even have that time to do that. Another way to make money from Canva is to teach, coach people. That's my own the way I have made money from Canva. I teach and coach. So I teach individuals how to invest. I hold workshops from time to time, paid workshops for maybe groups of people, or even organizations call me to come and teach because they're seeing the business use case in their spare. So they ask me to come and teach. So yes, I've made quite some money from that. And different other ways. Another way to make money, I still got paid for my affiliates. I never paid attention to the affiliate stuff. That one is for the Canva people who are ambassadors. You have your link that you share on your platform. Say, look, sign in for the Canva Pro, sign in for the Canva Pro. You get, never paid attention ever. I've been extremely lazy with that, but still, I got paid my first payouts. It wasn't much, but something. Paid my first payouts the other day into my account. So that's another way if you're an affiliate member. So one way to do it, I need to let me quickly look for the Canva community. There's a Canva community update stuff of Canva communities. I'll drop that link, Canva community, so you can apply for whatever group you think you fit in. Canva community.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent.
That there. So yeah, I'll just drop the link. There's 2 different communities, Canva community, blah, 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 blah. So I'm gonna drop this link in the chat so you can always go look, see what community you fit into. So those are the immediate ways to earn money from Canva.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Are there other questions for me?
Okay. I think Mr. Amos has a question. I'm going to ask him to unmute and ask his question.
Yeah.
Mr. Amos, if you can, please go ahead with your question.
Okay. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Okay. Amos is my name.
Yes, clearly.
I'm a Canva user. I've been doing some little design on Canva. But there's a time I used to see some people asking people to pay, I think, 1,000 naira to a group to have a team in a team that you have access to unlimited pro license. And then after a while, I've joined so many. After a while, you will not be able to log in again, or you'll be taken back to free. This how do we?
After a while, you know me what?
Part of
Yeah.
afterwards
Yeah.
you will take it back to
So those are the
free
scammers.
Canva.
So are the scammers.
So,
Official.
okay. So it's not actually from Canva. This is it's just an individual that is running that.
Yes. So it's just scammers. People are just trying to take advantage. So maybe they put you on a team's account. After a while, they remove you and put a new set of people there and just making their money off. They'll pull a lot of resources, on a team's account and just make money. So that's just what it is. So that's still not official. Canva itself, they made it so affordable. They could have been charged. They used to charge in dollars, but they decided to do a regional pricing thing that will assess. This is what people that are earning dollars. This is how it will look to them, and this is how accessible it is to them. People in Naira, these are accessible it is to them. So they've given you regional pricing. There's no need to put yourself through that headache and you lose all your files and stuff. You stand the risk of losing your files. My files from 2016, I still have them. So those are the scammers. Please don't listen to them. We report them all the time. Please don't go with them. Just go with the free trial that's on the platform. Free trial on the platform. And when it's time, just, pay for it. It's very affordable. So those ones are scammers. They're not official.
I think I should pay for Pro now because I've been using the free one for a long time, and it doesn't take me anything to design ready or program. It doesn't take me anything. I just go to Canva and then design whatever I want to design.
Okay, so the line is that my network or yours? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Amos, but I think our guests can't hear you now. Just hold on a bit. Hold on a bit, sir. Okay, we're going to be wrapping up in about 6 minutes, guys. It's been wonderful. I want you to check the chat box. You see the link to her Instagram. Please just click that link and give her a follow so you don't miss out on whatever it is that she has for you on Canva. Then I'm going to drop a link to our WhatsApp community.
Sorry about that. My network was.
Oh, okay, you're welcome back. You're welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay, are you good?
So
Are you
were
good now?
saying,
Yeah, so
yes,
you
I
were
can hear
saying
you
you
now.
subscribe to the pro version, seeing that he's able to do it in Naira and he can access better features. Okay, so I already dropped the link to your Instagram so that people can just tap and follow. And
Yeah.
I'm saying we're wrapping up in 5 minutes because of other things that you have to engage with, so that we keep it compact. Okay, guys, let's let me know
Okay.
if you've learned anything tonight, if you are grateful, if you want to say your thank you. You can drop it. You can drop it in the comment. Just say thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone is
I'll
asking
also
for,
drop the link to we have a Telegram group with it. Yeah,
okay,
go on.
where's you want to drop it now?
Hello? My network is really doing the most today. Hello?
It happens to all the best of us. I say it happens to even the best of us. Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, I'm back.
His wife. Whose wife?
Yeah.
Who's that? Is our speaker related to Rotimi Keys? Oh, Otumba. Somebody's
Yes.
answering that she's his wife. Oh, wonderful. Regards to our daddy in the Lord. Thank you so much, ma, for opening
Will
my
do.
eyes to opportunities in Canva that I didn't know exist. Yes, you're welcome. All right. So
I'm glad. Thank you.
in the community, the WhatsApp community has been pasted somewhere in the chat. Okay, someone was asking for Instagram handle. I want to make sure that you have it. Let me copy that again and drop it. So please just pay attention. I'm going to drop it now.
Okay.
So give her a follow. Give her a follow. If you have any further questions, you could just reach out to her also there. Her Instagram handle. Let me put it like that. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We won't be able to take more than this. If we are able to, we will schedule her for another uh, bi-weekly forum, probably later in the year. Where's the Telegram link, please?
Okay, I've dropped it in the chat. So it's it's still a very new team group, but it's a group where we're supposed to be sharing just ideas. Somebody has a question, everybody can learn at the same time. Oh, this is the answer to the question. Oh, this is the solution to this problem on Canva, and everybody learns. A forums just go together.
Okay. Can someone just help paste it in in community 1 and community 2? Let's have everybody jump on that. We'll all be learning great stuff like we did tonight. I'm super impressed. I learned something really cool tonight, and I want to be grateful to you and to Brother Dura for bringing you on. I know it took a lot to get you, but finally, by God's grace, we were able to bring you. So thank you so much. All right. I want to say our wrap prayer. Father, we thank you. We give you praise for what you have begun to do and how you have used your vessel tonight. We pray that God, you would bless her indeed because she has sown this seed. It will multiply back to her 1,000-fold. We ask that you continue to grant us wisdom to do the work that you have called us to and help us to move the gospel across the world like we're already doing. We give you thanks and praise in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, everyone.
Amen. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, ma. Thank you very much, ma.
Thank you,
everyone on YouTube. Thank you. Have a fantastic night. Our regards to your family. All right, guys. Thank you for coming.